Yeah, Colette and Frank, chaos and fear describe the scene here at Flint's Bishop Airport. Many unanswered questions as the FBI has taken over this investigation here at the airport, which remains closed at this hour. What we do know, an officer was stabbed. A suspect is in custody. Our own Samaya Hernandez has been following this story all day, and she joins us now with the very latest. Samaya.
Thank you, David. Now, TV5 has learned that this suspect acted alone. We're told that this is someone who traveled to Canada and from Canada, to New York, rented a car and came here to Flint. Now, as you can see, there's still a very active scene behind me. The suspect critically injuring an officer this morning, but that officer has been upgraded to stable condition at this time. Now, this all happened around 9:45 a.m. Officer Jeff Neville, retired from Genesee County Sheriff's Department, injured this morning here, and we were told that this suspect that is in custody speaks Arabic. We do not know of what descent, but we were told this is someone who came from Canada. Now, and that he attacked Officer Neville from behind with a knife. Now, TV5 has learned this is not a small knife, but a knife of some size, and this person has been questioned by FBI and by authorities. This is very much a joint investigation with Michigan State Police, local authorities, and the FBI heading this investigation. Now, the entire terminal evacuated. Here we are some distance away from where that evacuation has taken place. We are in the cell phone call lot here, and flights have been canceled. Passengers have been rerouted to other airports. They've been told to call their provider for more information. Now, again, authorities saying this suspect acted alone, and TV5 is hearing at this time that that person will be charged with terrorism, but we will report more as we hear it at this time. David?
All right, Samaya, thank you. Now, as you can imagine, with the airport being shut down, this is creating quite a mess for travelers. I did speak to a friend of mine who was in Chicago trying to fly into Bishop Airport. She has since been rebooked onto a flight into Detroit. Now, Rachel McCrary has been talking to passengers who were coming in and trying to fly out of the airport. She has the latest on how they're dealing and how they're handling with this situation. Rachel.
Thanks, David. And as you can imagine, it's been a hectic day for anyone flying in or flying out of Flint Bishop International Airport today. Airlines like Delta, Southwest, and United all reporting cancellations or delays. Some airlines actually rerouting trips. The FBI still has the airport on lockdown. No one is allowed inside. Travelers getting off planes from earlier have been allowed to leave, but people I caught up with earlier today say this situation has them shook up.
Now I'm really skeptical, and yeah, I was nervous the whole time, honestly, just because it's the first time flying, but now I'm really skeptical about this, but I still want to go regardless.
Then I find out I can't even leave, so we're stuck here in the parking lot. So anyway.
Passengers that are waiting around, we've seen them with luggage up there.
Again, the airport will remain closed until further notice. Now we are hearing about a press conference, as Samaya mentioned, by the FBI shortly that will also update us on flight information, and people planning to fly from Bishop today are asked to contact their airline providers to see about cancellations. Right now reporting in Flint, Rachel McCrary, WNEM TV5.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Again, that situation and scene here at Flint's Bishop Airport all stemming from a police officer that was stabbed earlier this morning. We are learning more about the victim. Cameron Riddle joins us now with the latest on that. Cameron.
Hey, good evening, David. We've been following this all evening, and we are starting to learn more as we go into the later hours of the day about Lieutenant Neville. We know that he's been with the police department there at the airport with the airport authority since 2001. In 2006, he was promoted to lieutenant in a job that he has done until now. He is still in that position. Prior to joining with the police at the airport, he worked for the Genesee County Sheriff's Department for 17 years. We did speak with the sheriff, Piquet, tell earlier today about what kind of officer he was. He described him as highly decorated and said that he was an officer who was a part of the county's drug enforcement task force for much of his career there. We talked with the sheriff. He says he was trying to get in contact with Lieutenant Neville's family to find out exactly where they are and how they are doing. Here at Hurley Medical Center, this is where the state police told us earlier this morning that Lieutenant Neville was taken. We haven't got any information coming out of there. Other than that, we know that he is now in stable condition after coming out of surgery. We will stay on top of what happens here at Hurley. We'll be looking for the family, looking for any other officers who are here inside the hospital to see how Lieutenant Neville is doing and also how they're doing with this. For now, we'll send it back to David Custer at the airport. David.
All right, Cameron, thank you. Again, let's recap what we know, what's going on here at Flint Bishop International Airport. The airport remains closed at this hour as the FBI investigates after an officer was stabbed this morning. A suspect is in custody, and the FBI put out a statement at 2 p.m. believing that this is an isolated incident. Again, the airport does remain closed at this hour. We are going to continue to monitor this situation, and we'll bring you the very latest from Flint Bishop International Airport as we learn it. For now, reporting live in Flint, David Custer, WNEM TV 5.